Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hi, what's up? I'm using my new Prism, or new to you. I got it about 2 weeks ago. Point is, I'm still getting used to it and I thought I'd talk about it, or at least as much as I can talk about it. Before I start talking about anything else, I guess the first thing I have to clear up is the weight. It's almost equal to 6.5 McChickens, or roughly 2 pounds. If you're wondering why I had to use that comparison, well, I really couldn't use the same baby comparison I used last week for the sake of trying to keep myself sane. Moving on with the weight though, the camera does become a little harder to carry, at least considering the fact that it's taller and, well, heavier now. 8.5 pounds is a good estimate. If you've been following me for long enough, or have watched one of my recent videos at least, you'll notice that most of my compositions have been pretty bad, at least in my opinion. I can't tell if this is me getting better at composing or seeing compositions, or just me blasting for the sake of a video. I can go on about this forever, but I just wanted to address it and say that I'm sorry and that I know. This entire channel is my development of doing film, or I guess photography as a whole. I keep saying I'm not a photographer, but I mean, that doesn't mean I can't get better. What I'm trying to say is that I know and I'm sorry, but at the same time I'm not sorry and I'm not a nerd. I'm still learning, and I'm never going to tell anyone that I know everything. And you shouldn't either. You might have seen people carry the camera from the Prism, which I was kind of scared of doing at first, because, you know, what if you drop it or it snaps off? I don't know, I hope you get my point. Why am I saying this? Well, I found myself carrying it from the Prism a lot. It just takes off a lot of weight off of your arms, and it just, I don't know, it's just easier to carry. I don't think it should snap off though. I mean, at least considering that you did mount it right and there isn't anything wrong with the mounts. Just know that it's really, really heavy. One thing that I want to mention is that mine looks sleeker, newer, more modern. Yeah, more modern works. There's two types of Prisms, a Model 1 and a Model 2. The Model 2 is just newer. There's also some that have different plates on the front. Mine says mamiya rb67. There's one that says mamiya, and then there's one that says mamiya rz67, obviously. And I think there's some that have a built-in light meter, although I think that's exclusively for the RZ because electronics. Last week I mentioned that I got a dumb deal on this Prism. Well, I guess what I try to say is that it came in relatively good condition. There's a couple of scratches and like dings, but I did consider that it is 20 to 30 years old. As things age, I figure that it's gonna be a little beat up or knocked around, much like myself. Mine also came with a plate for the bottom, which isn't common, at least from the listings that I've seen in the past. Now, what I think is the cherry on top to one of my many eBay finds is that this Prism came with a nifty leather case. I don't know what it is with old film photography equipment that just loves leather. My Sekonic also has a leather case, and my Canon AF35M. Now, how authentic is it? I don't know, I really can't tell you. I tried digging up other listings for a leather case for a Prism finder, but I could only find like 2. So I don't know if they're real or authentic. I didn't even know that these things existed. So besides the point, carrying it in my bag just makes it a little easier, or at least a little more relieving, knowing that it has like that extra layer of protection. You might be wondering, what are you doing on another railroad and showing me a group of people? Well, I meant to finish off the roll here, even though most of the light was gone, but I ended up running into a group of fully dressed people taking pictures on that bridge, so, you know, I couldn't. I guess before I close off the video, I want to talk about usability. Now, if you haven't noticed, a Prism finder does not have a diopter to, per se, zoom in to a focusing screen, much like the waist level viewfinder. I mean, you can still get precise focusing on it, you just have to use your brain a little more, or you just need to get better at manual focusing. Another thing to mention is that the Prism does have an added mirror, meaning your image isn't inverted, at least compared to the waist level viewfinder. I guess for clarification, or at least if this is useful to you, I got so used to moving with the camera invertedly that when I put on the waist level viewfinder, I was still moving inverted. So I guess it's just like that learning curve where you have to relearn to not move invertedly, if this makes any sense. I really don't like talking about how much I spend on things, doesn't matter what it is, but I guess it really wouldn't be helpful if I didn't tell you how much I spent for what I bought. For the Prism, the plate, and the leather case, I spent $210, not including shipping, because we know that express shipping from Japan is just really expensive. Now, you might be wondering, why? Why did you buy a Prism finder? Well, much like anything else that's film related, everything's getting more expensive. Just about 2 years ago, an rb67 used to cost $200, and conversely, an RZ used to cost $400, and let me tell you, they're worth like $1,500 now. What I'm trying to say is that I've bought everything I have with a return in mind, at least considering or using the theory that film equipment is getting more and more expensive as time goes on. If I buy this now, it'll be worth more later. And if I ever get tired of film and just give up on film entirely, I can get my money back and then some, because again, in theory, everything's gonna be worth more in a couple of months from now. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you found this interesting or useful, if this can be interesting or useful. I guess I'll be uploading on Thursdays now, not officially, because I upload on Tuesdays, but it's Thursday, or it might be Friday, I don't know. I'm recording this on Thursday. Just bear with me. you know, subscribe, like the video, follow me on Instagram, you know, all that stuff that comes with YouTube, I guess. Next week, I'll be doing something with film. I'm sorry, I don't really know exactly what I want to do next week. I've been meaning to make a video on my Polaroid One Step Plus because I bought some duochrome 600 film, which is like kind of cool, I guess. But I'm not sure if I want to branch out into instant film yet. I'll give it another couple of weeks, maybe next week. I'm not entirely sure, just again, please bear with me. Yeah, that's it, bye.